Since his debut in the 1998 animated film Mulan, Mushu has become an unforgettable and beloved character. As the little dragon who took on the role of Mulan's guardian, Mushu brought vibrant, irreverent energy to the screen. Voiced by Eddie Murphy, he stood out with a comedic and charismatic style that lightened the tension during the story's most intense moments while also propelling the protagonist on her heroic journey. His funny and fearless presence helped Mulan push forward amidst the challenges of war and family expectations, making Mushu not just a comic relief, but also a symbol of loyalty and genuine friendship. In the animation, Mushu is more than just a mascot. He emerges with a desire to restore his own honor and prove himself worthy after a series of failures as a guardian, mirroring Mulan's own journey to find a place of honor for herself and her family. Throughout the story, Mushu evolves from a selfish and insecure character into someone genuinely committed to Mulan's well-being, becoming a reflection of her courage and growth. This transformation reveals the potential for change in both Mushu and Mulan, forming an emotional bond that touched fans' hearts and left a lasting impression on the audience. In addition to his supporting role, Mushu is essential in setting the tone of the narrative. Mulan balances moments of action and suspense with touches of humor and lightness, largely provided by Mushu. His interaction with Mulan offers a welcome break between battle scenes and the protagonist's emotional dilemmas, creating an experience that mixes adventure with sensitivity. This combination for many fans is what made Mulan a classic. The film is accessible and fun, yet also deeply moving and inspiring. Therefore, Mushu is not just a comical mythical creature. He represents essential values like friendship, courage, and resilience. His small, spirited figure contrasts with the grand challenges Mulan faces, and his support of the heroine shows that loyalty and determination can come from the most unexpected forms. This emotional and symbolic connection made Mushu a central and highly relevant character in the animation's narrative, and he became the heart of Mulan for many fans worldwide. In the live-action adaptation of Mulan, the absence of Mushu was a carefully considered decision, taking into account the cultural importance of the dragon in China. In Chinese tradition, the dragon holds a position of great respect, symbolizing power, wisdom, and protection. It is seen not only as a mythical creature but as an emblem of spiritual strength and dignity, often associated with royalty and honor. This image is quite different from the animated Mushu, who, with his comic nature and small stature, could be interpreted as an irreverent and even caricatured representation of this highly revered symbol. In adapting Mulan for a broader audience and with a more serious and realistic tone, the producers decided to forego the comic relief that Mushu provided, thus avoiding any potential cultural misunderstanding. Disney aimed to honor Chinese traditions and culture authentically by removing characters and elements that, in the animation, served a westernized and fantastical aesthetic. For the creators of the live-action film, including Mushu would mean risking a distorted and potentially disrespectful portrayal of the dragon, which could affect the film's reception, especially among Asian audiences, for whom the dragon holds a deep spiritual significance. In place of Mushu, the live-action production decided to introduce the figure of the phoenix. This mythical creature also has strong symbolism related to rebirth, renewal, and transformation, qualities that directly reflect Mulan's growth journey. The phoenix appears symbolically throughout the narrative to reinforce Mulan's resilience and capacity for reinvention. This choice allowed the film to retain a spiritual and mythical element, but in a culturally respectful way, aligned with the more serious tone of the new version, which focuses on the story of a young warrior in search of her true strength and identity. With the live-action Mulan, Disney opted for an approach that moves away from the traditional fantasy of the animations toward a more realistic and historical style. The central idea was to recreate Mulan's story in a way that reflected its origin as a Chinese legend, giving the protagonist's journey a more epic and authentic tone. This historical realism did not fit with the presence of magical and caricatured characters like Mushu, who served as comic relief and a light fantasy element in the animation. The new tone of the film rejects Disney's classic animation formula, where magical and comic companions play central roles. Instead, the live-action focuses on Mulan's personal growth, emphasizing the realism of her journey in a strict military environment where honor and courage are essential for her survival and success. The narrative prioritizes themes of sacrifice, discipline, and resilience amidst war, removing elements that could break the seriousness of the story. This change in approach also allows Mulan's development to be seen more introspectively and independently. In the live action, the character is motivated less by external figures offering support and more by her own inner strength and determination. The absence of Mushu contributes to a more authentic portrayal of Mulan as a historical heroine, whose decisions and challenges do not rely on a comic guide but connect directly to her cultural roots and her capacity for overcoming obstacles. Mushu's absence in the live-action Mulan generated mixed reactions among fans. For many, the lack of the dragon meant a loss in the balance between humor and drama that made the animation so special. In the original version, Mushu represented not only comic support, but also a symbol of friendship and loyalty, elements that softened the intense narrative and provided moments of lightness. His absence in the live action brought a more serious and contemplative tone, which divided opinions. Some fans felt that, without Mushu, Mulan lost part of its identity. They pointed out that the film adopted a darker and less welcoming atmosphere, moving away from the vibrant and accessible style of the animation. This distancing resulted in mixed reactions. While some viewers appreciated the attempt to create a more respectful and authentic adaptation of the legend of Mulan, others expressed frustration over the absence of a character who had become iconic and beloved. On the other hand, some of the audience saw the decision to omit Mushu as a form of respect for Chinese culture and the dragon's significance in its traditions. These viewers appreciated Disney's effort to create a more serious version aligned with Mulan's cultural heritage, even if it meant letting go of classic elements from the animation. In the end, the choice to remove Mushu profoundly impacted the film's tone and identity, sparking debates on the need to adapt classics for new contexts and broader audiences. The absence of Mushu in the live-action Mulan symbolizes more than just a change in characters. It reflects a transformation in how Disney chose to tell the story. The animated and live-action versions of Mulan offer different experiences, each with its own value and impact. The 1998 animation is marked by fantasy and humor, elements that made it timeless for many fans, while the live-action opts for a more realistic tone that respects Chinese culture. Although Mushu does not appear physically in the new version, his essence, the support, loyalty, and friendship, remains, now represented by the phoenix and Mulan's own personal development. This mythical creature serves as a subtle symbol of rebirth and perseverance, reflecting the same resilience and courage that Mushu inspired in the animation. Mulan's story, even without the dragon, continues to celebrate heroism, determination, and the quest for honor, proving that her journey is powerful and meaningful in any version. The new vision of Mulan invites the audience to see the legend from a different perspective, which values cultural and spiritual elements with greater depth. Despite the changes, Mulan's story remains true to the spirit of its heroine, and while many felt the absence of Mushu, it brought a renewed interpretation, and for some, a more authentic one. This approach reinforces that Mulan's narrative transcends specific characters, showing that the strength and resilience of its protagonist are the true heart of the story. And that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this analysis of why Mushu was absent in the live-action Mulan. If you liked the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any of our upcoming theories and curiosities about movies and series. And of course, click on the video now appearing on the screen to continue exploring Disney's universe with us. See you next time.